It's the Queen's birthday long weekend. We just come up to Coffs-Harbour area. Going to do a 2-night trip away. Now I've turned off maybe about 5 k's before Coffs, turned left into Boambee and come along Wed's Road. We know this track here. I've done it before. The problem is we've had some rain last night. Now it's dried up a bit this morning, but as you can see, this hill behind me is red mud. We're kind of testing it out. We think we'll be right. We're not too sure. We're going to give it a go. If it was any wetter, we wouldn't do it. It'd just chew the track up too much. But the rain is gone off us. It's just still got that little bit of wetness to it. It's got that sticky top layer. So the best thing to do is go hard first go. So I'll probably go second gear, low range, and give it a bit. We're going to air down the tyres. I'll probably go straight down to 15. Just to try and give me heaps of traction on that mud up there. And then once we get up this red bit, this is the only red hill bit, the rest is more your normal dirt up there. So after this bit, we're away from the slippery stuff, but then there is one more bad hill up the top there.
That's 15 now?
Yeah. Once again, I got myself in my car and Malachi. And then my dad's car's down over there. He's just walking up the hill now to have a bit of a look at it. Do you reckon we'll make it up this hill? Look how slippery it is.
Reckon.
When I first started coming up then, I felt it slipping around just at the bottom here. Like I already felt that back drifting before I'd even got to the hill. So that's when I really gave it to it. I was in second gear about 3,500 revs. But after that it got up there without any problems. Dad's gonna go now. Quickly run up the top with the camera. All good. With these red mud hills, it's just one of those things. Sometimes you can go slow and it's alright, but if you go slow, you don't make it. As soon as you take that top layer off, you're up against it. Just so much slipperier underneath that top layer. So that's why we both just went hard first go. Coffs-Harbour is well known for bananas. As you drive up a lot of these tracks just out the back of Coffs, you got banana plantations all around you everywhere. Keep heading up this track. The worst bit's still yet to come. We've got a really steep hill climb up here. Couldn't get up it last time. We're going to try again today. This is the worst hill on this track. I don't know if we're going to be able to get up it, but we'll see how we go. I've got all the winch stuff ready so we can quickly jump on the winch if we need to, because there's a good chance it will be.
Over this way more, over here.
No, I want to go this way.
When the front wheels started spinning and lost traction, the car got itself on a pretty bad side angle. But luckily I was able to carefully reverse it back down, straighten it up, and have one last attempt.
Slagging it off. That's yeah. And then walk it up. Now going up to that tree. Yeah.
Didn't make it up the hill, so we're winching up. Dad's just setting it up now. It's quite a bad hill, this one. The problem is you have to cross over. If you go the straight track, the rock steps are too big for our cars, so you need to cross to a left-hand track, and when you got that crossover, you got a wheel lift, and it just doesn't work. You'd see there, and then as your wheels are spinning, your front starts to swing around, and you could see there the car just going towards an angle you didn't want to be on. You don't want to be sideways on a steep hill. When I'm winching, I give the car a little bit of drive to help the winch, but as soon as the wheels start spinning or the car starts bouncing around, I let the winch do all the pulling. You just put too much stress on the winch and car components if it's spinning and bouncing around everywhere while you're winching. I ended up getting a little bit of drive in a couple of sections, so I was able to drive parts of the hill without having to winch the whole way. The main thing you need to remember when winching is to keep giving your winch a rest, otherwise it'll just burn itself out. So for every 20 to 30 seconds of winching I do, I give it a similar time of rest.
Yeah, and I think you'll kick on from there.
I had to winch up, got up alright, wasn't too bad. We're going to, Dad's never used his winch before, so we're going to unspool it now, free spool it out, and tie it around the bull bar, then it'll be ready to go when we're up there. I'll just untie it, run it up, hook it on. We left the strap, dampener, everything up on the tree, so it shouldn't take too long.
No, just wrap it around the bull bar.
Oh yeah, I got you. That was close. You just dug that hole there.
Hook her up.
You're just going to winch from there?
Yeah. This is a good front button.
Pretty much the same thing that happened to me happened to Dad. So we started hooking up his winch and getting it ready.
Alright, wind in a bit.
Go again. I wasn't watching. Go now. Let me see.
Very little happening.
Yeah. Just slacken it off, don't out. Out. Stop. It's getting tight and then it's not
going.
After setting up Dad's winch, it decided not to work. We tried a few different things, but couldn't fix it.
Well, the only other thing would be if you want to try a little bit of drive from there, see if you can get anything. If not, we'll turn the car off and I'll get my car down here.
So I may hit the floor now and might get somewhere.
Yeah, just give it a little go. Go left hand down a bit. A bit more. Yeah, and just try it that, see if you get anything. I doubt it, but just give it a little go. Alright, turned off. First time Dad's ever used his winch and it don't work. That's fun. It seems to engage and wind in, but then as soon as it hits that load, it just stops. It won't pull under load. So I don't know. I'm gonna bring my car down and use my winch.
After Dad's winch decided not to work, this hill just got a whole lot more complicated for us. After setting everything up, I started winching him, but you can see in the video my car was just getting pulled down the hill while his wasn't moving. So we figured we'd need to get out and hook my car up to the tree.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I just realised this is why we've got to do full-blown communication. I was in park. Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Dad had his car in park while I was trying to winch him up the hill, which explains why my car was getting pulled down the hill and his wasn't moving. So a tip for anyone planning on winching their car while it's in park, doesn't work very well. After he took his car out of park, he was able to winch up the hill without too many dramas.
We don't have UHF radios, so we're using our phones to talk to each other. I do have UHF radios, but one's not working, so we're just using the phones to talk to each other so we can communicate. You really need to when you're doing this, otherwise you just don't know what's going on. Winch in again in 3, 2, 1. Give a little bit of drive, because so drive a bit, because I'm getting pulled. If you drive a bit, you should help. Alright, stop. Yeah, just let it winch. My winch is being a bit weird now too. Is my winch, what, can you talk to me, is my winch going out or in? Can you see?
Do it again. Out, just coming out, creating slack.
And then now it's reversing again. It keeps going in and out on the same thing. It's been weird now.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to have to turn my car off and get out and work out this now, because now my winch is being weird.
Well, that goes.
Sometimes it does this when it gets a bit jammed up, because I think it's wound itself all the way on the one side, so.
After I sorted out my winch, I realised that I didn't have enough room to continue pulling Dad up the hill, so I had to reverse up, reposition, and then we were able to pull him up that last little bit. After a little over 2 hours, we finally managed to get both cars to the top of the hill and we were able to keep going.
only about 4:40, but it's already very dark. We've had the clouds move in. It's raining now, and we're making our way out through the bush towards a camp for the night. We're not going to be going to any special camp spot. There's a few creeks down here, so we're just going to try and find somewhere on the edge of a creek. We did come along Peak Trail, and now we're heading down Frontage Creek Road, I think it's called. Frontage Creek Road. But yeah, nothing too hard on the tracks, just a bit of low range, down and up hills, and this rain's getting a little bit heavy. It's hard this time of year in winter. You kind of want to, you know, make the most of the day, but then it's dark so early. As I said, it's only 4:40, and you know, we're already in the near dark. It's not helping this weather either, but if it was a sunny day, you'd still have more light. But hopefully we find somewhere to camp and this rain holds back.
From the pain, I just wanna
Someone commented on the second video.
Oh yeah, right.
And said they have a D-Max.
Right.
And they recommended that you let your wheels spin a bit more when you come into a stop, because that's how that traction control works.
Give them time to cut in and do their thing.
Yeah, they said 9 times out of 10 you'll keep driving if you
yeah, stick with her.
to give it that little bit of spin and momentum. Like,
Yeah, fair enough.
Instead of just stopping as soon as they spin.
Yeah.
Letting it go, and then the traction control will kick in.
Yeah.
They said like you got to get used to it. It takes like a second or two to kick in.
Yeah, fair enough.